are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights.
Well, that was the theory anyway. In truth, even today, legitimate arguments are made that we don't enjoy equal rights in this country. But it's a great guiding principle.
Okay, so after the colonies declared their independence, they needed some sort of framework for their new alliance. And so they created the Articles of Confederation. This worked temporarily while they conducted their revolution, but they needed something more substantial for the long term.
So they created the Constitution.
Which was easier said than done anyway.
How can you form a union that is bound up by a central government and still maintain the rights of the people and the right of self-governance among the states?
And how were they going to pay for this new Revolutionary War without taxing people? They were right back to the same situation they had with the king.
The major difference was that they had representation. They created 3 branches of government. Yes, they created an executive branch that had a king-like president, but they also had a judicial branch that secured due process. And they had Congress, where the Senate would look after the rights of the states, and the House of Representatives would look after the people's rights.
But one problem remained, you see. Just what were the rights of the people? Some simply felt that the people had every conceivable right because they were endowed by their Creator with them.
But sometimes rights conflict, so others believe that the rights should clearly be listed and defined by the Constitution. This was a major concern. In fact, it was so contentious that the framers of the Constitution decided to skip that part for the moment and just focus on the structure of the government.
Only after the Constitution was ratified would they return to discussing the rights of the people and the states, and that's when they created the Bill of Rights.
You see, the Constitution says nothing about fishing weirs.
Will you get past the whole fishing weir thing, please?
Fine. There were 2 sides to this issue. The Federalists, who believed in a strong central government, and the Anti-Federalists, who believed in a very loose confederation of the states.
The Anti-Federalists wanted to enumerate their rights to ensure that the federal government wouldn't try to suppress those rights.
The Federalists indicated that there was no need for this. Alexander Hamilton asked, "Why should a Bill of Rights declare that things shall not be done which there is no power to do?"
Yes. Why indeed?
There you go with the why indeed thing again.
Yes. Why indeed?
Are you going to answer the question?
Yes. Hamilton offered an example. He said, a provision against restraining the liberty of the press affords the clear implication that a power to prescribe proper regulations concerning it was intended to be vested in the national government. Remember that it was determined that all rights flow from the Creator directly to the people. It doesn't make sense then to carve out specific rights for the people because it leads one to believe that the government has control of any rights that aren't mentioned.
Many people believe that the Bill of Rights is there to protect our rights.
Yeah, see, like our good friend Keith Hughes, and we love him, over at Hip Hughes History Channel, he says that the Bill of Rights protects us from the federal government.
And Mr. Hughes is really brilliant about this stuff.
He is.
If you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, you have to do so.
But we're with the Federalists on this. That's right, we're calling you out on this, Mr. Hughes. You're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong. The first 10 amendments actually extract the rights from the people. It doesn't preserve them.
Well, actually only 8 of them. The 9th and 10th amendments were added as a compromise. They say in effect that any rights that aren't mentioned belong to the states and to the people.
And that should clear everything up. The rights are now flowing from the Creator or nature. Some people started calling them natural rights instead of God-given rights. Regardless, the rights flowed to the people, and the people will decide what rights they will give up to the government, except there are a few things mentioned in the Constitution that get around all of that. Hold on. This is another cliffhanger. Yeah, the video ran long, so there's one more segment.